Evolution podcast. I am your host, Todd Lancaster, and I am here with FlashFacts4Real, Mr. Nick Halter. Welcome to the podcast, Nick.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I know we've
Of
been
course.
trying to get this going
All
a
right.
long time, and
So,
I'm happy
where
to
are
be
you
on.
from?
I am from Ohio.
You're from Ohio. Nice. Well, what made you enjoy the superheroes and the Flash, but the Flash mainly?
Um, so like the thing that got me into superheroes,
Yeah.
kind of. I would say the thing that got me into superheroes was probably Henry Danger. I mean, I used to love that show as a kid. I would watch it over at my grandma's, and I thought it was like super cool and stuff. And then a few years later, I found The Flash on Netflix, and I just started watching it, and I love the show ever since.
All right. What made you want to do the flashbacks?
That is a very, very long story, but we have time, so I'll tell it. So my sophomore year of high school, um, me and my friend, that was one of my best friends, we both liked the same girl. But so he told her he liked her, and of course she liked him back. I know that's kind of confusing, but basically this girl that I had a really big crush on liked my best friend basically. So when they had that little exchange going on, we were coming back from a band trip and we were on a bus. I couldn't really just get off the bus and walk away. So I just turned on my phone, started watching The Flash on Netflix, and then yeah. So we get home and I'm still pretty mad about the whole thing and I'm needing a way to cope with all these emotions and stuff. So I am just watching The Flash. I get to the end of season 3, and it's about like 1 a.m. And then I come up with an idea because I've seen like other fan pages around. I'm like, I know a bunch about this show. I should start a page, and it'll help me deal with all these emotions I'm feeling and be able to think of something else. So yeah.
All right. Have you ever received any hate for theories or facts or opinions that you have posted?
Yes, absolutely. I have received a lot of hate messages. Sometimes people will just send me a DM and say that it was a stupid opinion I posted, but haters gonna hate.
Yeah, that is true. Favorite thing about flashbacks?
My favorite thing about flashbacks,
Yes.
um, I, I would say it would probably be that I've just been doing it for so long that it gives me something to focus on that's familiar to me, like when my life's changing and stuff. And it helps me throw myself into something else when I don't really feel like thinking about what's going on in my personal life. And I've been doing that a lot lately.
So it's your escape from reality.
Basically, yeah.
All right. Have you seen the wait? No, not that one. Have you met a few people of the cast of the Flash, and who was your favorite and why?
All of them that I met so far were pretty cool. I mean, back in December of 2022, I met John Wesley Ship. He was like beyond nice. He was amazing. And I also met Brandon Routh, who plays Ray Palmer, the Atom. He was really cool too. He was kind of like he had his hair and stuff like his character, so it was kind of cool and stuff.
He-
And then a few, yeah. And then a couple months ago, I met Grant Gustin and Carlos Valdez. I would have to say Carlos was my favorite though, because even though meeting Grant was like a super huge deal, Carlos took like 2 minutes per person, just like talking with fans, answering questions, and he was really really nice. Grant Gustin was really nice too. You could tell that he was a little bit tired from
yeah.
talking with all these people, but he was still super nice, and I got to look at him in the eyes and say, "The show's been a big part of my life for a long time, and just thank you." And then he gave me a fist bump and he said, "Thank you, I appreciate that."
That's cool. Did you ever get told which of the metahuman villains or just villains in general is their favorite?
Carlos said that his favorite Cisco nickname was Bug-Eyed Bandit. He
Nice.
didn't necessarily, yeah. He said he liked it because it was just like so far out there and stuff.
That yeah.
I'm gonna meet, yeah, I'm gonna meet Grant again in December, so I might ask him what his favorite metahuman is or villain that he faced.
All right. Did you tell them about your flashbacks, or did you even mention which fact that you liked the most?
I did not get a chance to tell him about my page because I was kind of starstruck. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, they're right in front of me. It's real." But
Not fantasizing
look,
over there.
right, looking back, I definitely would have showed him if I would have thought about it at the time. But as I said, I'm gonna see Grant again in December at the Columbus Galaxy Con. So I'm probably gonna try to make sure I tell him about the page.
All right. Do you have a favorite Flash season?
Um, that's a hard question. I mean, they're all of the seasons are pretty good in their own special way, I guess. Yeah, but my absolute favorite would probably have to be the Flash season 1 because you got the Barry just learning to be a hero, and you got metahumans of the week and all that cool stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. It's the one that started it all. What
That's
is your
true.
favorite episode of The Flash?
My favorite episode of The Flash, now that it is all finished, I can say this, it would probably be episode 9.9 because we got Oliver returning, Bloodwork returning, Wally returning, Diggle returning, and it's like 3 years after Oliver passed away, and we get this emotional reunion between Barry and Oliver, and it honestly made me tear up a little bit. And then I'm still so glad we got to hear Oliver say, "You have failed this city," one last time.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
Yeah.
Favorite fact that you posted?
Um, that's a tricky one. My favorite fact that I posted, hmm, I would have to say it's not really a fact, but I just like always enjoyed posting set pictures and stuff because it like created hype and stuff, and we got to see a little bit of the glimpse of the new season
And
and
got
what
a
was in
fan.
store for.
We all started theorizing on what's gonna happen in that scene.
Yes, yes, I'm gonna miss those that more than anything.
Well, hey, you might be able to still do it. Who knows?
That's true.
Okay. One rumor you wish was true from Flash or any other Arrowverse show.
There was a rumor. I don't know how official it was, and I don't remember where I read it from, but it's that Melissa was going to come back as Supergirl in the Flash's final season, which obviously didn't happen. But I really wish they would have let her come back.
Yeah. Um, do you relate to anyone on the Flash show more than any of the others?
I would say I kind of relate to Barry the most because me and Barry, we both have things we're dealing with, common big bads that we have to face, and we have people in our lives that want to help us get through it all.
All right.
And we're able to keep moving through.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, who is your biggest supporter in all of this?
I would say my dad. He's just been supportive of it ever since he found out about the page. And I actually started it without him knowing. He didn't know it for like 3 months. And then he was shocked. Yeah, yeah. Uh, he was shocked when he found out. But yeah, ever since he found out, he's made an effort to watch all the episodes with me, and he tells me stuff that I posted on my page and stuff. Yeah.
All right. If they gave Flash a season 10, what would you have wanted to see, and who would you have wanted to be the villain for that season?
If they were gonna have a Flash season 10, it would probably air in 2024. So they would definitely have to do the 2024 storyline. I mean, you can't miss an opportunity like that. So, and I think the big villain for that season should be Reverse Flash.
All right. Or at least make a somewhat of a nod, basically Barry being like, hey, at least I'm not back in my emo phase.
Right, right.
Um, are you gonna continue the flashback since the Flash show is over?
Absolutely. I love it. And it's running that page and posting facts and stuff. It's become a part of my life that I can't live without. I'm gonna focus on DC content, and Superman and Lois season 4 is coming next year, so that's gonna be a big part of my page. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going for a long time.
All right. Did you see the Flash movie?
I did, and I loved it. The only thing that really bugged me about it is that Reverse Flash was not even in the movie.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
and
Well, go ahead.
oh, and I feel like it would have done much better at the box office if Ezra wouldn't have done what they did.
Oh yeah, no, I agree on that 100%. The one thing I heard of a rumor about, I don't know if you heard it, but apparently they were gonna spice it up with the Reverse Flash and make it where it was a woman playing Reverse Flash. So Eobard would have been a woman.
Oh yeah, I remember that rumor. It came out like a few years ago. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the
Yeah.
funny thing is, the director even confirmed, he's like, yeah, no, the movie would have done well. We would have
Right,
done that. It's like,
right,
all right, sweet. I don't know how to feel.
right.
Um, do you have a favorite Flash villain?
Reverse Flash. Tom's Reverse Flash. Even though Matt's the original, Tom is the one that was with us for most of the show, and
He made it
like
too
even
iconic.
up until yes, yeah.
That's fair. Um, well, besides Barry and Reverse Flash, do you have a favorite hero, anti-hero, and villain that is a meta or not meta?
Um, my favorite villain, except Reverse Flash, would probably be the Thinker. I mean, he had an interesting tactic, but he was still really, really cool.
All right. And favorite anti-hero or hero other than the Flash?
I would probably have to say Vibe. I mean, he's got this portals going on, and the way he sees stuff. Yeah.
All right. I do have a flash fact for you that I've known since reading the comics. Is did you know that Vibe actually, with his breaching ability, he can breach into the Speed Force and completely stop Barry running in the Speed Force to leave Barry trapped there for good?
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yes, he can do that. Amanda Waller made him do it
That's
to Zuma one time in the comics.
very nice.
Yeah. So
I did not know that.
I told you a fact that you didn't know.
It did. Yep.
Um, do you have a favorite Flash theory? Or
Favorite.
yeah.
Um, not that I can think of really.
No. All right. It, hmm. Do you have a favorite quote from at least the show?
I do. My favorite quote is fill your mind with something else, something you love. Ralph Dibny said that in season 4, and whenever I'm going through something that I don't really want to go through, I say that quote.
All right. That is fair. Do you have one character that you wish that would have returned, or a few characters that you wish would have returned for the final season?
Yes, I wish Cisco would have came back, obviously. Um, and I wish Supergirl would have appeared. Those are my main two that I wish would have showed up.
That's fair. Honestly, I wish they would have made it where Cisco did return himself and then figure out about Caitlyn, kind of get a little concerned, and then make it seem like when Cisco's talking to Keon about Caitlyn, Keon's just looking at the portrait where it was Eobard, Cisco, and Caitlyn and Barry.
Right.
That would have made it such a heartfelt message. I mean,
Yeah.
because she's like all trying to figure out whether she or not she should be Caitlyn or Killer Frost, but then Cisco's like, don't do either. Be your own person. Be who you need to be.
Right.
That would have been really cool. Um, but no, honestly, I agree with you on that. Cisco should have returned. That would have been really cool. I feel like Ralph should have at least returned a little bit because that would have been even cooler.
That would have been pretty cool.
But yeah, no. I, there was also on one of your page that you posted about basically making the comment where Cisco would have gotten upset with the nickname Chillblain.
Yes.
I read the comment saying, I feel like Cisco would have just tried to come up with something because of how I don't know if you ever played Mortal Kombat.
I have not.
So Johnny Cage is a character from Mortal Kombat. I'm pretty sure you've heard of that. He's always wearing a jacket and shirtless and trying to show off his abs and fighting. And obviously, you know who Sub-Zero is. He's iconic.
Right.
Basically, ice powers, obviously. Basically, I feel like Cisco would have called him like something like Johnny Zero or something like that. Just giving him some Mortal Kombat reference, just because of how he looks like Johnny.
Yep, I agree with that.
All right. Is there a way that our listeners and your followers could reach you directly if they have any theories that they want to give to you to post, like opinions or stuff?
DMing me would be the best way to go. And make sure I check my DMs very often. So yeah, DMing me on Instagram for FlashFacts4Real would probably be the best way.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the podcast. It was a pleasure having you.
You're welcome.
I hope you had fun. I know I did.
I did. Me too.
In the future, we can have you back on again.
I would love to.
All right. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Yep.